my art, you have to understand it a bit, you know. But that's what I want it to be like, you know. And art is so many different things for different people. And some people hate Picasso. They don't want to understand why. I mean, he was an excellent artist. If you wanted something lifelike, his early works, and you know, he was in the academy in Spain, and but he's all that's. I'm not a fan of Picasso as such, but I'm a fan of Picasso as a man, as a painter. The way he traveled in his head all through these centuries. He discovered the art from Nigeria, Liberia, and he changed his
I don't know
styles.
anything about Picasso.
No,
I don't
no,
know anything about art
there was a
history.
famous exhibition with art from, I think it was from Liberia or Nigeria in Paris, and that influenced all the cubism, and so on. And he changed his style completely, and he nicked a lot from a lot of artists.
Hey, who is it that said good artists steal?
Yeah.
It has to be like that, really.
No, but I would say it's more your influence.
Influence, yeah.
And you see, you discover a new road. You see a little bit of a road that somebody is traveling, and you say, "Oh, I got to travel on that same road for a bit." And yeah, so that's how I
Have
paint.
you ever painted something that you think this is really shit, or have you ever regretted painting something, or thought maybe I should never show this to anyone?
I would say 85% of my paintings are shit, but I never leave them. They're still my babies. So a lot of times I come back and I do a second or third or fourth painting on top of it, and then they can become one of my best paintings.
Wow.
So it's quite fascinating.
Now, I have seen one of your paintings, which I believe you said that you couldn't show people because it was a very inner thought that came out.
Yeah, I got a couple I haven't shown
So,
anybody.
I mean, you're really then when you're doing that, you're not making it for anybody. You're making
No,
it
just for myself.
because you can.
Well, it's a way of relief valve. You know, it's just you need to get it out of your system.
So is it like therapy in a way? Is it something to
In a way, you know,
yeah.
like when I was small, I'm bet. Well, I just started and we got on to something else. But so when I grew up, and my father and mother were fighting and so on, I think it was a way of me getting away from it all. And when luckily I saved almost all my paintings from childhood, and I see a lot of destruction, people fighting, shooting one another, lots of blood, airplanes, accidents, car accidents, and I'm sure for a psychologist, I would say that this child is not.
You have a very large therapy bill.
Yeah. So I think, but I'm also a survivor, and we in Sweden we have a thing. So when small children face difficulties like that, some children are like, what's that flower that they yellow and then they turn white and you can blow on that.
Oh, like
is that daffodils? No?
Daffodil, yeah.
So in Sweden we have a saying that some children are like daffodils. They can grow through asphalt. I don't know if you've seen it here, but in Sweden you can see it quite often. You have a lot of tarmacked pavements.
Yeah.
And here and there you see a daffodil. It grows right through. And I know I'm that sort of person that nothing stops me. And I just use what I have in front of me and make something out of it. You know, it doesn't really matter what it is and what situation. I always think forward. I never look backward. And I mean, there are times when it's really hard to forget the past when something has upset you. But basically, I'm always looking forward.
It's interesting. So I think, I mean, there's a lot of understanding these days about trauma and how it can either harden you or soften you.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's we're not talking hard as in like, getting things done or whatever, or soft. It's like, if you've developed empathy and this like incredible kindness towards people and be able to get shit done, then actually in a way your hard times has softened you to the point where you've maybe if your father was someone that was very, very hard and you're a little bit softer,
Hmm.
probably softer, then it kind of makes a lot of sense that that's kind of how it goes. I know that some people who have been in those terrible times become drug abusers, and
Yeah,
they hurt themselves and they hurt other people.
yeah,
They always say that hurt people.
yeah,
And so it's one of those things that you kind of, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you've found art as a way to express yourself. I mean,
yeah.
when did that, or do you remember where the expression came from? I mean, because you said that
Which one?
obviously, well, coming from a very young age, did you ever go to art galleries, or did you see any artists that you thought maybe this is what I want to do?
Like I said, my father was a good artist. He taught me how to
What did
make.
what did he make?
He made very boring paintings, but at the same time, very very good ones.
Right.
So he was very traditional. He would paint the neighbor's house, or some. But he has some that I really like. But it wasn't emotional at all. It was more like the likeness of things and
Getting it perfect.
getting it perfect like that. And yeah, that's the way he painted.
So do you still have any of your father's
Yeah, sure.
paintings?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Wow. And obviously, and how long ago did your father pass away?
That was in um, two, 2003, I think.
Wow. So a number of years ago now. And how do you
Yeah.
feel now when you're looking at your father's paintings?
No, I love them because he did them, and I can still remember he made a painting. It was a copy of Rembrandt, the man with the golden helmet. I'll show you that when you come to my house. And I remember because he started to get into business, so there was a transition where they had a lot of half-made paintings because his business it took off like a bomb once he started with doing business.
This is
And
the building bridges, right?
yeah,
Right.
and so I can tell you very short how it started. But anyway, so I still remember he put too much white in it, and he always regretted that. I shouldn't have put white on top on certain details and so on, because he always liked to mix the paint and not just putting white straight on is usually like a fake thing.
Don't do it.
No, well,
Oh.
it depends what you're painting, but
Yeah.
sometimes you use it to don't bother to mix it.